Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be comparing a 2021 Ford F-150 Platinum to a 2021 Ram 1500 Limited. But first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo and then the Dodge Ram here in Provo for giving me some time with both the trucks. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get straight into the video. Now let's go into the hoods of both the trucks. Starting over here with the Ford F-150, we have a twin-turbo 3.5 liter V6. It goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 500 pound-feet of torque. Coming over to the Ram, we have a naturally aspirated 5.7 liter Hemi V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 17 around town and then 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 395 horsepower and then 410 pound-feet of torque. So you can get your Hemi V8 or you can get a 3.5 liter V6 as more power, more torque, and a little bit better fuel economy. Let's go over the front ends of both the trucks. Starting over here with the F-150, you guys can see that we've got the new F-150 hood, which just kind of like goes all over the place. I really like the look of it. We've got these full LED lights. So you've got the LED projector bulbs with the accent light that goes all the way down to the fog lights, which is just a really cool design touch. And then you've got the little chrome rectangles here on the front grille. Camera just down below the Ford logo. Got the chrome tow hooks as well, and we've got the air dam just there at the bottom. And then coming over to the Ram, we've got the signature Ram hood that slowly rises as it goes towards the middle. Again, LED projector bulbs with these LED accent lights as well. We've got the full chrome front end grille with the Ram camera there at the front. Parking sensors integrated to the front as well. We've got the fog lights just down below, chrome tow hooks, and then you guys can see we've got the body colored bumper with this as well. And there's the front end of the Ram. There's the front end of the Ford. Now let's go over our tire and wheel setup. Over here on the Ram, we've got 22s with 285mm tires wrapped around them. On the Ford, we have 20s with 275mm tires wrapped around them. In terms of the design of the Rams is absolutely insane. Obviously, it looks crazy, but it's also a pretty expensive option. And then the Ram does have the air suspension as well. And then you got the 1500 Hemi E torque badge there on the side. Over to the Ford, the wheel design is a little bit more on the basic side, but it still looks pretty good in general. And then here's a look at the front suspension on that. And then notice the Ford kind of like bulges out here, but there's no fender flares, whereas the Ram, you've got the fender flares that have been put on. And then you got the Ram logo there on the side, F-150 Platinum logo there on the side. You guys can see we've got chrome mirrors. Let's head to the back. Let's go over the back end of both the trucks. Starting over here with the Ram, you guys can see that we've got the spray and bed liner from the factory. It's standard equipment on the Limiteds. You've got little sliders here on the side with the LED lights on the Ram. Nothing too crazy though happening in the back. Payload capacity is about 1,100 pounds. Coming over to the Ford, you guys can see that we've got all these measuring charts here across the Ford. Again, LED lights. This one also has a full power outlet. No bed liner. That's an option here on the Ford. And then you guys can see that you've got a little bed step here on the back. And then yes, it does have the cool tailgate that raises back up. That's an option that you can get on the F-150. And then in terms of the payload capacity, it's about 1,500 pounds with the Ford. Now let's go over the rest of the rear of both the trucks. So starting over here with the Ram, you've got all the chrome here on the back with the badging. You've got the circular exhaust tips, parking sensors here on the rear, and then you've got the LED lights. And then this does come with the bed step as well, which you just kick that out. Obviously Ford's is integrated into the tailgate, so that's just a little bit different. Towing capacity is about 11,000 pounds. Coming over to the Platinum, you've got the giant Platinum logo there on the back, and again full LED lights, which they actually pop on when you walk up to the truck. Parking sensors all across. You guys can see the exhaust tip out the side right there. Towing capacity is about 9,700 pounds on the Ford, and that's the back of the Ford. It's the back of the Ram. Let's go over the door panels in both the trucks, starting over here with the Ram. You guys can see you've got soft touch all along with the door panel. You've got the nice embroidery, you've got the wood trim as well, and you got a speaker for the Harman Kardon sound system. And then here are the seats in the back of the Ram. So you can see you've got the piping all along the seats. You've got the perforated leather there in the center, just really soft touch in general. Here in the back, just really high quality stuff. And then you guys can see you've got ice buckets here with the Ram, and then under seat storage as well. You got little kind of like back center console here with some cup holders, all that kind of stuff. Nice wood trim here, some cup holders at the top, couple USBs, heated and ventilated seats with the full power outlet as well with the Ram. And other than that, that's the interior of the Ram. So yeah, coming over to, well, the Ford now. Soft touch all along the door. You've got the nice stitching that goes all along with the Ford, and then you guys can see the really nice wood trim. And then the seats popped up here. You've got a little strap right there that you just have to pull, and that lets you pull down the seat itself. Platinum logo there at the top with the seats in the Ford. Just really soft touch again with this. This feels a little bit softer than the Ram. Got some cup holders right there, and you guys already saw under seat storage. More cup holders at the top. Again, you can charge some devices. Now you just have heated seats in here. In the rear, the Ram obviously have the ventilated as well, and that's all for the Ford. So yeah. Let's go over the door panel here on the front of the Ram. So we've got this soft touch leather here with the leather just down below with the custom embroidery, and then you guys can see you've got the really nice wood trim with more soft touch leather at the top. Memory seats here in the Ram. We've got your window controls, your mirror adjustments, and again, the Ram does come with power folding mirrors. Couple more speakers for the Harman Kardon sound system. And then here are the seats in the front, so you guys can see you've got all the piping down here. You've got the perforations here in the center, just again soft touch here with the Ram. Obviously it's real leather. And then we've got the adjustments on the side of the seat. You've got the limited floor mats, pedals here at the bottom. You got the pedal adjustment right here. You've got the parking brake, light controls here. You've got the fog lights and then the cargo light. And there's one more look before we pop into the Ram. Now let's quickly go over the interior here with the Ram. You can see you've got wood at the top of the steering wheel. We've got the soft touch leather all around the side, and then you got the stitching down the center. Cruise control on this side. We've got the controls for the adaptive cruise control system, your gear limiter, and then you can see you've got the voice command controls for the center stack. Radio controls are on the back, and then you got little stock for the windshield wipers, and that is lay steering wheel. Coming here to the center screen, you guys can see that you've got the RPMs on the left side, you've got the speed over on the right side, and then you do have that little center screen which you can scroll through some menus. I do like the little off-road page here with the Ram. I think that's a pretty cool little thing. But again, nothing too crazy here with the center stack on the Ram. And then one thing I do want to mention, the Ram doesn't have any drive modes. That'll be important in just a minute. Up here, you guys can see you've got the lane departure assistance, and then you've got the parallel and perpendicular parking assistance. Giant 12-inch display. You've got analog climate controls on either side. The Ram comes with a dual zone climate radio controls as well. And then you got your parking sensors right here, your tow haul mode, stability control. That's for the air suspension to raise or lower it. We've got our trailer brake controls right here. And then we've got the gear selector right next to it. You've got your two-wheel drive, your four-wheel auto, four-wheel high, and then four-wheel low with a true neutral in the middle, auto stop start, and pretty simple and straightforward. As for the touchscreen itself, because I'm sure you guys want to see some stuff with this, you can see that this does have the regular backup camera, so you can pop that up, and there's a little zoom in function with it. And it also has the 360 camera, so you've got a bunch of different viewpoints out of the truck, and obviously it gives you that bird's eye view as well, which is pretty nice. Response time on the screen is pretty decent. Obviously it's a little bit slower here in the cold. It's 32 degrees outside right now, but in general response time is really good. It's just basically like a giant tablet is the best way to describe this screen. And then we've got the center columns here at the limited, and again you've got the embroidery right there at the top. You've got the felt right here on the inside with the little USB, and then you've got the measuring tables there on the back. This slides backwards and forwards with the Ram. You've got the wood trim that covers it, and then you can see you've got the wireless charging pad here. A bunch of USBs, full power outlet just down below. And then we can see in this little area right here, we have all the soft touch leather with the wood trim on the outside, which is, again, really nice, just with the material use on the limited. And then finishing things up here at the top, we've got a power sliding window in the back. Nothing too crazy with that. Full panoramic sunroof here with the limited. And then you got universal garage door openers. And let's head to the Ford. Here's a door panel with the Ford. Again, you've got the really nice soft touch leather with the suede on the inside, and you got more soft touch here at the top, and then the wood trim just after it. Memory seats here on the Ford, and you got all of your window controls as well. And then here are the seats at the front of the Ford. So again, nice perforations. You got the Platinum logo there at the top, and then they're just really soft to the touch, a little bit softer than what the Ram has. And then you guys can see that you've got the adjustments there on the side of the seat. Pedals just down below, and then you got the adjustments for the pedals. You got your parking brake, your light controls just up above. This is for the tailgate, your lights out of either side on the mirrors, your adjustment for the steering wheel, which is automatic. And there's one more look before we pop in. Let's take a look at the interior with the Ford. So again, you got the soft touch leather all over the entire steering wheel, and then you've got that brown stitching on the inside. You got the cool trim down here with the Platinum logo. All the controls for the center stack right here, your phone controls, get your volume and voice command controls over here. You've got the controls for the adaptive cruise control system on the other side. And then you got the little stock for the turn signal right there. But yeah, overall, really cool setup here with the steering wheel and the Platinum. And then zooming in here, you guys can see you've got the center gauge cluster, which is all digital with the Platinum. You can scroll through some different menus. Again, similar information to what the Ram has in terms of these menus. It's just a full digital readout, so it looks a little bit different. And then the Platinum does have different drive modes that you can select through. So there's quite a few. So you can see there's the slippery, the deep snow and sand. You've got the mud and the ruts, and then you have the rock crawl. And then switching to the other side, we've got the normal mode. You've got the tow haul. You've got the eco mode as well. And then you do have the sport mode, and they kind of change what the gauge cluster setup looks like as well. But yeah, it's pretty cool with all the different drive modes that you can go through with the Platinum. And then here at the top, you guys can see you've got the auto stop start. This is for the camera system. That's your parking assistance, your hazard lights, stability control, hill descent control. First off, we'll go over the camera aspect of it. So you guys can see there's a ton of different views. This is pretty cool. You can zoom in. So you just press that little plus icon, and then it'll let you zoom in on different parts of the little bird's eye view. And then yes, there's just a ton of different views out of the truck in general. From a camera system perspective, these trucks are pretty much equal with each other. They're all pretty similar. It's just this has the zoom function and the cargo camera, whereas the Ram, you can get a cargo camera. The one we're comparing this to obviously doesn't have the cargo camera, so there's a difference there. As for the rest of the screen, something that's pretty cool is the power running boards pop out as soon as you walk up to the truck. And then you do have massaging seats with the Ford. So you just go in the seat little package right there, and you got massaging seats. Overall, this infotainment system is really easy to use. It's pretty cool that you have little shortcuts. You press that and it'll take you to the radio, and then you can press that, it'll take you over to the navigation. Just cool in general how it gives you a little shortcut to stuff. But yeah, I really like the look and use of the infotainment system, but both of them just have really good screens in general. Got the trailer backup system here, and then you got the trailer brake controls, and then you got a drive mode select. You got your two-wheel drive, your four-wheel high, your four-wheel low, your four-wheel auto, and then you just twist it for the drive modes. You push it in for the locker for the rear. And then we've got our volume controls to the radio, dual zone climate controls, and then you've got heated and ventilated seats here in the Ford, and then a heated steering wheel as well. You've got all of your areas we can charge devices. And then if you push this back, got our little wireless charger right here with some USBs, all of that. And you push it back again, you can see the nice trim on the outside. Got some cup holders, and then we've got Ford's trick shifter. So you press that, it'll pop right up. Got a couple buttons where you can select the gears yourself. You just press the M for that manual mode. And when you're done with the shifter, press it again. And then with the center console, you guys can see it folds out. Now again, I've recommended this in every video with this truck. Just be very careful with opening that up. Don't like slam it open, just so that you don't damage anything on the front of the center console. And then you guys can see opening this up pretty decent with that. And then we've got the glove box. So you press that, that'll open it up. Pull that, and that'll open that portion up as well. Nice material on the outside. But if you guys look at the dash, you still got stitching, just not as nice material wise as the Limited. But once we can see an F-150 Limited, we'll be able to get a better comparison. And then finishing things up here at the top of the truck, got a little sunglass holder up here, power sliding window just like in the Limited, and this also has controls for a full panoramic sunroof as well, so that's all the same, and then universal garage door openers. Let's go go over the pricing of both the trucks. So the Ram 1500 Limited stickers for about $70,000, and then this F-150 Platinum with all the options it has, stickers for about $71,000. So they're pretty much the same price. Now we do have to pick a winner for today's video, so let's quickly go over some things. So first and foremost, from a stylistic standpoint, I think they're both really good looking trucks in person. The Ford does look a little bit kind of more like modern now, but obviously the Ford just got a complete redesign, whereas the Ram came out in 2019. I do like the fact the Limited gets its own headlights and everything, whereas this is the same headlight and everything that you can get in like a Lariat or the other trim packages as well. So it's nothing too crazy. It looks different, but it doesn't look as different as like a Limited looks to like a Bighorn or a Laramie Ram, for example, from the front end perspective. And then in terms of wheels, the Ram definitely has nicer wheels than the Ford. You guys can see the step just popped out. That's what I was talking about. It's a pretty cool feature. Like as soon as I walk away, then it'll pop back in just a moment. But from an exterior styling perspective, they're both good looking. I think the Ford looks a little bit better, but I think the Ram differentiates itself better. Interior wise, they're both really nice. The Ford has nicer seats, but the Ram has nicer materials on the dash. From a technology standpoint, the Ford's just a little bit more right now, but they're both pretty similar from a tech standpoint. And so if I were to pick a winner for today's video, it's going to depend on what you're going to use the truck for. So if you want just like a really nice, like differentiated luxury truck, then the Ram's going to win. But if you want a truck that looks kind of like futuristic with all of the modern tech and all of that kind of stuff, and just a really nice truck in general with nicer seats, then the Ford's going to win. So it really just depends on what you're looking for. Now that is going to sum things up with our video comparing the new 2021 F-150 Platinum to a 2021 Ram 1500 Limited. And don't you guys worry about anything. As soon as they get an F-150 Limited in, we will be comparing it to the Ram 1500 Limited to see how those compare back to back. But again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo, and then the Dodge here in Provo, for giving me some time with both the trucks. Check out both of their inventories in the link below. I will see all of you in the next video.